Welcome. We're going to be talking about what we are doing in ChristLink right now, and this is with a really cool client. They are independent church in India. Right now we're doing a redesign, and I'm honestly excited to have it complete because this will potentially be one of the largest sites I ever build and largest redesign, largest project I've ever done. It is a mess, but a good mess because there's so much content to work with. We just kind of got to take what they've been doing for the past 20 plus years and make it effective. And yeah, we're going to dive in now.
All right, like I said, this is Independent Church in India's site. It's just hopping in. It's pretty. I don't know. You can look at it yourself, but I kind of hopped in here and first was analyzing it. And I was like, all right, let's hop in here. Look at some of the pages they have. This work we can work with this. It's built in WordPress. Whoa! Look at this. Completely different font from the home page. That's weird. Completely different font and site design and structure. Somebody was messing with this. So I looked at that right away and was like, ooh, a little bit of red flag. I was going through a bit, going through, and I was like, okay, looking at the analytics, then I was looking at pages that were showing up, a bunch of different things, and I realized very quickly that there was something wrong. There were a ton of pages. I plugged in the site into a tool called Screaming Frog that basically scans the site, and I got a warning saying that there were too many URLs that it couldn't scan all of them, and that was a red flag right there because right now I'm like looking at them like, there's probably like 30 URLs, and as I went through them, I organized them into the ministry they belong with, and right here, all of these URLs, they are all the missionary page. Some of them should be blog posts, some of them should be just updates, and some of them should be content that's on the missionary page. So, in going through this, I got all of them together pretty much, and you're gonna laugh when I show you how I did this. Well, at least people that do internet marketing are gonna laugh. I actually took out that URL, and if you, before any site, go like this, you type in site colon and then have the URL, it will show you every page that is in Google for their site. So right here it says 297 results. And I started going through them, going through page by page. I actually went through all of these at one point and got them organized and unified in here. And I created a sitemap for the different pages where things could live. We discussed how we wanted the site structured and got it together that way. And that is a ton of work. Like, it's ridiculous. I have to go through each of these pages of content. And let me also show you why there's so many URLs, because there's actually the old website. Look at that. That is completely different, but it is the same URL and exists on the page. This was their original site. I wonder if I let's see what happens when I click this. See, now that's a 404. That means that page can't be found. That is hindering how they show up in Google. And that's the other thing. If you have like 200 pages, you should be ranking in Google. But because their pages aren't structured correctly, they're competing against each other because they both, like a ton of them, talk about the same concepts, the same topics. Google doesn't know which one to rank, so they're hanging out around 50 to 80 people per month. They got a spike right here, and that's all because of email marketing, because they had a really cool fundraiser just the other week where they made some food, they had an online auction, really cool ministry. You should definitely check them out. But what we're doing is we're unifying this site. We're making it very clear and streamlined together. And we really have to go through the whole site with a fine tooth comb because we actually had to take away some of the faces of missionaries because of the missionaries being persecuted and killed over in India and Pakistan and areas over there that they work in. So we're going through this whole thing with a fine tooth comb. Now, This is their site redesign right now that I'm working on. And you can see the leprosy ministry is the page we're on. Right here, I kind of broke it up with one of their YouTube videos, and it has some content about leprosy ministry, ties into imagine if you had leprosy ministry. All this content I took from their existing site. I didn't write it myself. Um, it's really cool because they had a lot of testimonies, and what I actually did was I made them blog posts. And you can see in here this feed filters all the leprosy testimony blog posts. So we can go through here and we can click on this one, and it takes us to the blog post. Blog Rathnan leprosy testimony. It has a picture of him and has his testimony written up in here. And then it has a call to action to sponsor him as as a leper. And this is so dynamic in how it works. It has like personal stories that you can go through and read these then. And on the existing site, they're kind of just floating around. You can find them, but you got to look really hard. While this is on the leprosy ministry page. Then this kind of goes into how their history, how they got involved in the ministry, ties in with the colony they work with, ways you can help specifically, and then this is recent ministry news. So if you look here, they don't have the leprosy testimony. These just have they have more other things that they tie in with, but they have leprosy, and that is what this ministry this like blog feed filters. And then further down, it gives really core foundational information on what leprosy is and how it spreads all of that information. So now, instead of having about 50 to 100 of these pages existing, we have about, I'd say, 20 blog posts, 20 to 30 blog posts, and a really strong core page where you can go here and you can access everything dealing with their leprosy ministry. This is what we do. This is what we help ministries with, because this page alone is going to be a dynamic tool for independent church in India. I uh, I really love their ministry. I You can see how much their love for God and how much they pray. Their prayer life reflects how their ministry has grown. Definitely look into them. I believe they're always like definitely looking for people to help support them. Definitely looking to support and see if you can get involved. They're a really cool place to be involved with. All right, and this is another one of our What We're Doing Wednesdays. I hope you enjoyed it and learned a little bit about Christlink. Thanks.